So, for the last 3 months, we have been studying the practice of the Bhagavad Gita, how to put the shlokas of the Bhagavad Gita as sadhanas, as ways, practical ways of living and dealing with sansar. Today is the 84th day, and soon we will be reaching the end of the practice of the Bhagavad Gita. There has been so much to learn from these 84 shlokas, and maybe a couple more also to come in the next few days. But it's time now to put all this into practice for you, right? No point in just listening. I do hope that you have already started implementing all these wonderful techniques that Bhagwan Krishna has been giving Arjun. So today, one more of those wonderful shlokas. This is number 38 of the second adhyaya. That means verse 38, chapter 2. Let's read it. Sukha dukkhe same kritva labha labho jaya jayo tato yuddhaya yujyasva naivam papam avapsyasi. Treating alike victory and defeat, gain and loss, pleasure and pain. Get ready for the battle. Bhagwan is telling Arjun, get ready for the battle. Fighting thus, you will not incur sin. Fighting thus, you will not incur sin. In the second adhyaya, as you all know, because we have already studied it several times, Bhagwan gave Arjun the Updesh to fight the battle with the Kauravas, the battle for dharma, to re-establish dharma. And he gave the Updesh based on Karma Yoga as well as Gyan Yoga. From both the viewpoints, it was perfectly rational and correct for Arjun to fight this war against the Kauravas. So in this particular shlok, Bhagwan is actually giving a conclusion of how the mind should be, what should be the attitude of the mind when he is fighting the war, and it is based here on Gyan Yoga. Now this Updesh is also relevant for us because we are also fighting a war. Which war are we fighting? We are fighting several wars on several fronts, all personal battles, maybe on our profession, in our professional life, maybe in our interpersonal relationships. Maybe we are even fighting battles within ourselves against our own avguns. So all this gyan that Bhagwan is giving Arjun to fight against the Kauravas, we can also use this same gyan, this same mental attitude we should adopt while fighting our personal battles. So in this shlok, there are 3 action points for fighting our personal battles. But the beauty of this technique is that in this, if you have this kind of mental attitude while dealing with sansar and with the dualities of sansar, with this attitude, you will not incur sin. And therefore, it is of paramount importance for us in all the battles that we need to fight to emancipate, to evolve spiritually. First one, fight your battles, but while fighting the battles, treat alike victory and defeat. So, as I said, all our interactions are like battles we are fighting. And who is winning in this war that we are fighting? Who is the winner? There's only one winner, and that winner is ahankar. In all conflicts, the only one that wins is ahankar, not me or you or A and B. So whether it is personal, whether it is professional, whether it is social, whenever we interact with people, that interaction will always end up with a success and a failure for each person. If the interaction goes according to our favor, we consider ourselves successful. If it doesn't go in our favor, we consider ourselves failure or defeat. If we are successful, it boosts our ahankar. If we are not successful, we become despondent. Whether we win or whether we lose, whether we have defeat or whether we have victory, the sad part is both these are our bondage. Either ahankar increases or despondency increases. Both ways, it's not in favor of our spiritual growth. So Bhagavan says, in all these interactions, which have become wars, unfortunately, Bhagavan says, remain equipoised. If the experience goes according to your expectation, don't get inflated with ego. If it goes against your expectation, against you, don't get despondent. Why? Because both effects are temporary. These are things of sansar. These are all temporary. This is not a real defeat or a real failure, because even the persons fighting with each other are not real. They are not sat. So what should you do? Because we have to have relationships with others. Even if they are not our real people, we are still needing the body, mind, intellect to interact with people. So when you interact with anyone, base your relationship on give and take. Sometimes you may win, sometimes you may not get what you expect. So be ready to understand that sometimes this person is correct, so I should follow that. Sometimes believe this person is correct, so I should. So understanding, respect is most important. Why? Because eventually, because you have the gyan, you know that each person is essentially divine. So even if you don't want to give respect to the BMI, body, mind, intellect, at least give the respect to the essence which is within each one of us. Communicate respectfully. Maintain a relationship with an equipoised mind. Use the triple filter test. If you have relationships like this, you will not incur karma. I was thinking the other day that so many relationships are becoming conflicts actually, and we are stuck in those conflicts, and therefore we are miserable. But if we don't deal with those conflicts, we will be incurring more karma. We will never get free of those conflicts. Now you will have to come back to the world and face those same conflicts again. So even the conflict we are facing now is not enough. We'll have to come back again. At least for that reason, treat people with respect, mutual understanding, triple filter test, and get rid of this karma once and for all. Second, treat people, treat situations, treat interactions alike in gain and loss. Whether you gain something or whether you lose something, treat both alike. So here I think Bhagavan is talking more in terms of gaining and losing something that you desired. So all actions are performed with an outcome in mind, right? And they arise from a desire. You desire something, therefore you think of going and doing something to get that. When we fulfill the desire, we call it gain, because we have gained the object desired. And if the desire is not fulfilled, we can say that it is a loss of our object desired. Now, this is not only true for objects and vishayas of the world. You know, even our sadhana that we do, we have some desire which we want to fulfill. Many people do sadhanas for getting something, for gaining something, some money, some business, some spouse, some child, some car, some job. Every practice is for an outcome. And if we get it, we are elated. If we don't get it, we are disappointed. Again, both situations incurring karma. So what does Bhagavan suggest we do? And you know it very well, because I have said this many times. Do all your actions not for a desired object, for a particular desired object, which if you don't get, you will be disappointed. Then how to do? Kartavya karma, as we are affirming in the first section. Just do things because they are your duty to do. That is your dharma. So just simply do it, not for gaining anything. Because if you do it for gaining anything, again, you will increase the desire. And if you lose it, you will be despondent. So neither we want to do as we fight this battle against our desires. Then Bhagavan says, treat alike pleasure and pain. All right. So we are all creatures of habit, and you know that. Some things make us comfortable, right? Because they give us pleasure. And some things are not so comfortable, and therefore we don't do them because we are afraid of pain. So we will always seek out experiences that are pleasurable to the senses, and we will shun those experiences that do not give pleasure to the senses. Therefore, we are getting caught up in rag and dvesh. And you know it already very well. Rag and dvesh create attachment, and attachments create a bondage back into sansar. So, what does Bhagavan advise? Bhagavan advises, forget about pleasure and pain. You know, just ignore both of them, because they are of the senses, they are of the mind, they are temporary, they are not the real you. The real you is the witness within. So if I have to choose anything, don't go by its comfort, which gives me pleasure. Don't go by its discomfort, which gives me pain. Then what to do? Rely on your vivek. And use that vivek, which is your most precious gift, to choose what is shreya and not what is preya. So if you take these three parameters, these three beautiful, axioms, treat victory and defeat alike, treat gain and loss alike, treat pleasure and pain alike, while doing any action, then you will not incur karma. You will not incur sin. He calls it sin. Sin means karma. Then you will be moving towards your liberation. And all this, Bhagavan is telling Arjun from the point of view of Gyan Yoga. Tomorrow we will see what Bhagavan advises Arjun from the point of view of Karma Yoga. This is Gyan, because you know that everything is temporary. This is not permanent. Therefore, it need not be the criteria of any action. More on this tomorrow from the point of view of Karma Yoga.